What's wrong? It wasn't dying. He
is beautiful
something.
too. He loves Pick TV Network. Look at it. Pick TV. He is so happy. He got the Pick TV Network card in his hand, you guys. Brand new star. 10 months old.
Yes, 10 months.
Pick TV.
Let me see.
Hey everybody, my name is Patricia Frudenberg, also known as Patty. I am the CEO of Mistugram and the proud team member of the Pick TV Network. I am the New York business manager, also part of the news team on Channel 1000. We welcome you to come celebrate the 1-year anniversary of the Pick TV Network. And congratulations to 1 million viewers. Yay! All the viewers, we welcome you. This is the People's Investment Network, and we are here to celebrate the 1-year anniversary. Thank you for joining us in this celebration.
Everybody, this is David Evans from the Pick TV Network. I'm coming to my house and I see this box here. The box is on my porch. Let me check it out and see what's going on. So I got this box. So let's see. It's to me, which is good. That's one thing. Well, I like the COVID-19, I like to open my books out, open my gifts outside. Let me take it in my garage and see where does this box come into my house. Let me see something. So, let's go here and see what this is. UPS, yep, that's me. Just open this thing up. The box came in the mail to me in New York, so just open this thing up. See what's here. Box in the mail. Yes. What's here? Open this up. Wow, look like a picture. Mom. Wow. Let's see. I know this is from New York Pet. Wow. Normal UPS. This is beautiful mug. I'm gonna have to use this again. This is a picture mug. And that picture is my mom. It's my mom, who I love so much, who passed away 1997. Thank you, Pat. Wow. Everyone wants to be remembered. Wow, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. I'm so happy. My mom's mug. Wow, this is beautiful. You know, I can look up there and know my mom is smiling. You know, I want to thank you, Pat. Thank you, Pat, for shipping this to my home. Picture my mom on this mug, Mother Evans. She's the greatest woman on earth to me. When she passed away in 1997, I had the honor of speaking at her funeral, preaching her funeral, giving the final solution message. You know, my brother Kenny, Junior, Darlene, Esther, Edie, Elaine, all proud of this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful mom. I know those who are watching right now, this is beautiful. I want to thank Pat for shipping this to my home. Thank you, Pat, for shipping this from New York to my home. And I'm just so happy.
We've all been hurt at some point, even abandoned. Many of us have done the hurting ourselves. We get to the point where we don't trust anyone, nor do we feel worthy of being loved by anyone. Then there's that one person who just doesn't give up on loving you. Their love is unconditional. Their love stays long enough for you to heal. And then they promise to never leave. That's love you can count on. God's love.
Hey everybody, this is David Evans from the Big
about to
TV
bring me
Network.
on.
I'm so happy
I
for
need
all
some
of you who are
insight.
watching this broadcast today around the world. We are here to celebrate 2022, and we're going to kick off this broadcast in a big, big way. I want to thank our award-winning anchor women coming in today. We have Michelle Cox here from Atlanta, Georgia. Award-winning Michelle Cox. She is #1 anchor person for 2021, going into 2022. And we also have Patty from New York. Patty is our award-winning anchor person for 2021, 2022, coming on today. We have a special guest, Willie from New York, working with us today on our broadcast. Thank you for attending with us, Willie. And all of our people who are watching around the world, these ladies love to have a good time, as you see. Hey, those who are watching from around the world, thank you for chatting in. We see chats coming in now. And especially for our international audience, we have people literally from all over the world watching the PIC TV network. Happy New Year, everybody. And especially for all of our fans and all of our partners from Brazil, France, Colombia, Mexico, Germany, Panama, Peru, Ireland, Canada, Africa. Thank you, Dennis. Argentina, United Kingdom, and the United States. All over the world, people are watching. Thank you for tuning in with us on Twitter, tuning in with us on YouTube, Instagram, Clubhouse, wherever you're listening and watching with us on the PIC TV network. Don't forget to keep chatting in. We have a chatting audience. Let's get into our subject for tonight. Folks, it's so important for us to understand that the PIC TV network is a network that's for the people, with the people, by the people. And we do stuff uncut, uncensored. We write to the top health topic today, America's Health Crisis 2022. And I want to take it right to Atlanta, Georgia. And I want to bring in award-winning anchor today, Michelle Cox. Michelle, we're facing a time that we never faced before, and we're in the part of the year where flu is coming out and people are standing in line thinking about what they're going to do, whether they have COVID or not have COVID, having rapid testing. So we're seeing alarming rates of people in Washington, D.C., New York, Texas, Canada, California. A rash of people are going into a mindset of safety. Is it best to take the shot or not take the shot? Let's go right into it.
All right. Now, before we go, let's give our disclaimer. What we offer is not medical advice. We're not medical doctors, number one. Number two, what you need to know is, do you go out? Are you at home? Now, for me, I'm immunocompromised. So taking the shot for me was paramount. But which shot do you take? It depends on your body type. And that's one of the reasons you need to make sure that you know your medical history and know how things affect your body. If you have any allergies, like an allergy to shellfish or eggs, that might be somewhere where you might not be able to get the shot. And which one? Are you going to take Johnson & Johnson, the Moderna, or the Pfizer? For me, I took the Pfizer, and I've been boosted, number one, because I have sarcoidosis in my lungs. And the other one is I've battled in breast cancer and I had a hip fracture. So you have to know which one is good for your body. Do you have to take the shot? Well, you don't have to do anything that you don't want to. But the one thing about vaccines, the way that they work best, if everybody can vaccinate, and vaccines have been around a long time. This is not the first serious health crisis we've had. We've been through polio, diphtheria, pertussis, smallpox, chickenpox, measles, mumps, and we have vaccines for all those, and we take boosters for them. What we haven't had is this SARS-CoV-2 with this breakout the way it has. And people are always asking, well, did the vaccine come too fast? We have to remember, this is a global health crisis. It's not just a crisis here in the United States or just in Britain or just in other countries. It's global. So globally, doctors and epidemiologists have come together to create vaccines in order to help the populations where they are. Now, there are other things or other mitigating circumstances as to why people are catching COVID. Number one, are you obese? Do you have diabetes? Do you have heart disease, high blood pressure? Those diseases, this viruses tend to attack a little bit more. Now, yes, there are some people that are healthy that are getting the virus, but we don't know what other underlying conditions that they might have. All right, Patty, what do you think?
You raised really great points. But also another point with the original question is, do you or don't you, should you, shouldn't you? You have to weigh in risk factor versus reward factor. Now, we live in a world of probabilities. So statistically, you have it that the probability of you passing away from the shot is less likely than passing away without getting the shot. So, you have to take those things under consideration. Now, again, that could go in a debate by itself because, the shot hasn't been around long enough to do, the right numbers. But I will come back at that because the deaths were within a 1 year range, and now the vax are coming up on the 1 year range. So now the numbers are pretty much apples to apples. So again, risk versus reward. With that being said, unfortunately, I know more than one person, a few people that died shortly after the vaccine, and they were healthy beforehand. So that's a concern. There is that risk. But again, your risk is still higher if you don't vax.
I've had 4 people die that got COVID in my immediate circle. And so, and this was before the vaccine. But again, you have to weigh what your body type is like. We know with the Johnson and Johnson vaccine, people have been having some heart problems. There have been some problems with the Pfizer vaccine. There's been some problems with the Moderna vaccine, and there's been some problems with breakthroughs. But you're always going to have these kind of issues. If you do your research and you look back on all the vaccines we've had, some people are going to be allergic to different vaccines. You have to do what is right for you. For me, getting vaccinated was a no-brainer because I've got too many things going on with me. Dr. Evans, how about you?
You know, first of all, I want to say thank you. You guys have been covering so many topics from last year to this year, our first session. We covered this before. We've been down this road, Patty. We've been down this road. 50 people that you lost last year, Michelle. And Patty lost so many loved ones and friends too. And to be back here in 2022 is a blessing. Suppose, Patty, and Michelle, if we had nothing, last year this time the White House was being stormed. We had one of the presidents in office that I don't even want you to talk about this, Michelle, because you don't call people boneheads on this show. But he didn't listen. You always say he didn't listen to the science, and it cost us dearly. Michelle, suppose there was no vaccine. Suppose that people say, I'm not going to take it. It's not good for me. Suppose we had nothing. Suppose we had nothing, Patty.
Well, let's think about the Spanish flu of 1919. When we talk about not having anything, 50 million people died. 50 million. So you have to think about more than yourself when you think about this. I remember when German measles came out, I had to be quarantined for about 2 months. I couldn't go to school because I couldn't risk giving it to a child whose mother might have been pregnant. While it didn't affect me that vastly because it just was basically making you peel, but mothers that were carrying children, it was killing the babies inside. So when we talk about COVID, we have to talk about long-term risk and short-term risk. Again, they didn't have anything a year ago. My brother's wife died. One of my best friends from college died. We were two first casualties that I knew personally that died. And so because we didn't have anything, people were like, well, they developed the vaccine quick. Well, you got to remember, vaccines cost money to develop. But what all the countries did with the WHO and other organizations, CDC, was get all these epidemiologists and all these scientists together to work on vaccines. And they threw as much money as they could at it because they knew that life is precious. And when we talk about life being precious, don't tell me life is precious, but you don't want to save grandma or grandpa. Because at first this disease was attacking people 60 and over and very heavily. Then it started attacking kids and showing up as Kawasaki's disease. And then it's been attacking young people. Now I got a sister friend that's a nurse out in Tennessee. Yesterday alone, had 95 people show up to get tested for COVID. All of them tested positive, and none of them had been vaccinated.
Wow.
Zero. So again, this thing will kill people if they allow it. My thing is, you don't want to take the antivirus, you don't want to take the vaccine. I got it. Yeah. But do the smart stuff. Wear a mask, social distance. You can do other things in order not to spread this. The biggest thing is when you're contaminated, you spread it because spreading is spread through when you're feverish. Those first 3 to 4 days that you're infected is your highest count of being able to spread it. And
Michelle,
constantly.
And Patty, I'm seeing more people. My son just told me 2 weeks ago, Stephen in California, Dad, I tested positive. I'm going to get the home test in a few minutes to show you about the rapid test that's out. Miss Spinks, who's a part of our team, she has it. My nephew over Christmas and his son had it. Is there something out there, Patty, that this thing is faster than the last year. I'm hearing more people having it now than it was last year this time.
Well, think about the
Patty?
Omicron variant. That's one of the big, and what it is it's 50 more times contagious than the Delta variant. But the thing about it is with the Omicron variant, these symptoms seem to be milder. It really will depend, but it's still killing more seniors. And then it started to attack young children. But anytime we don't collectively do things like they did with smallpox, with almost eradicated 75 million people and almost all the indigenous people, is that we have to look at number one, we have to work collectively together. If you can't get vaccinated, mask, social distance, wash your hands, sanitize. Those are the biggest things that you can do if you don't want to get vaccinated. Patty, what do you think?
And also, I think that, educate yourself, because again, going back to, oh, is the vaccine too soon? 2 points, and that you briefly touched on. We're in a world of more collaboration, okay, that you did mention. And the other fact is that, there are more resources there. And the third fact, again, get educated. The third fact is that this is not something that came overnight in 1 year because of the COVID. This type of immunization started 5 years ago when they started with the SARS, and the SARS was researched, and they started working on that. So this has really been a work in progress for the 5 years, and it just keeps mutating itself. Now it's the COVID, now the Omicron, now the variant, but the mutations, okay, that's fast and furious. And again, like you said, Michelle, do something about it if you are afraid, but let's not fool ourselves. These vaccines were not overnight. They did not happen overnight.
And Patty, let me just kind of correct a few things. Now, this COVID is SARS-CoV-2. This is a variant of SARS. This is the second iteration of SARS. The reason that we didn't have SARS in this country the first time is because we had another president in office that was working with the scientists and that let the scientists handle it, and it never reached our shores. The other reason it reached our shores was when China started to report it, and the WHO started to report it. There were so many people saying this is a hoax. This is somebody's lying. But the problem with China then was their sanitation protocols. Now I'm going to give you one instance, because people were like, well, how am I catching it if I'm not going to? If you're going out walking and somebody has SARS, or that somebody has SARS-CoV-2 or COVID-19, what happens is when you have some type of cold, you spit, right? And if you spit on the ground and people walk through it, they aerolize this stuff. That's why they were trying to tell people to stay at home. So what they did in China was they had there was $1,000 fine if you spit on the ground in China. What they went and did, they started doing a sanitation protocol where they were cleaning all the sidewalks. They were doing steam cleaning, sanitation, and they got it under control. The other problem with China was these open air markets where they had what we call live kills. Well, some people eat bats. COVID or coronavirus is found in 13 species of bats. Actually, it's 19 species of bats. And so if you're eating bats or you're coming in contact with it, this is how it was spreading. Plus, when we talk about other sanitation problems in China, some of the problems were how they used the restroom. They usually had holes in the ground, and they didn't have hand washing protocols and all the things that we have when we think of what we have here in the United States. So people went to Chinese New Year, which should have been shut down, and it wasn't. And they came back here on planes all over the United States, through all our major ports. And this is how this thing has spread it. Because you got to remember, if people are coughing in the air, a cough can go literally at 100 miles an hour and over 25 feet. So that's why the other thing I do in my home is I spray into the HVAC system register with Lysol to, one, knock it out of the air. And that's one of the things why when people were going to the hospital and they had COVID, they weren't really isolating them because they didn't know how fast this thing was spreading. Then you also have to look at, number one, we had President Obama. He said, It's not if we were going to have a pandemic, it is when we're going to have a pandemic. And he created a pandemic playbook. Unfortunately, the last presidency, not the current one, did not want to follow the pandemic playbook, which could have kept us out of a lot of this situation, and we wouldn't be having this conversation. We would be having more conversations on other things that are in our wheelhouse right now, like, diabetes and other health problems that we can start to mitigate. But right now, COVID-19 is still running rampant because young people do not believe they can get it, and they don't believe, and they're not taking it serious, and they're not doing just the simple things. Stay your behind at home, stay out of clubs, stay without close contact with people, wear your mask and do social distancing. If we did just those things from the beginning, we would have less problems. Dr. Evans, back to you.
Yeah, folks, you're watching a special segment today. I have the award-winning anchor ladies on today, Patty from New York, and we have Michelle Cox on from Atlanta, Georgia, and our special guest sitting on today with us in New York. We're going to take a break. We're going to come right back with the question, and we're going to have Brother Willie to join us on the next session right after this. Don't go nowhere, folks. You're watching the PIC TV Network special presentation, America's Healthcare Crisis.
Timmy, man, I'm popping with good vibes because the PIC TV network is on Roku with free channels. I want everybody to help my bro David Evans and PIC get it. Love. Y'all, it's your boy Ro Timmy, man. I'm popping with good vibes because the PIC TV network is on Roku with free channels. I want everybody to help my bro David Evans and PIC get it. Love.
Hey everyone, this is big. I want everyone to download the PIC TV network on your Roku search bar. My brother David Evans is growing PIC TV fans, and I want us to help my brother blow up PIC TV. Boom! Click and play www.thepictvnetwork.com. Bomb.
Happy holiday season, everyone. It's Maya here, and I'd like to send a big congratulations to David Evans and the PIC TV network for showing up with 60 positive channels on Roku. Everyone watching and listening, let's help David and PIC TV continue to grow by clicking and playing. www.thepictvnetwork.com. Check it out. PIC TV is the place to be. Once again, happy holidays from Maya.
What's up, David Evans? This is Howard Hewitt. Check it out. I'm feeling good vibes. That's right. So check it out on the PIC TV network on Roku with 60 free channels. What's up, David Evans? This is Howard Hewitt. Check it out. I'm feeling good vibes. That's right. So check it out on the PIC TV network on Roku with 60 free channels. Click and play www.thepictvnetwork.com. Congratulations. I want to thank you, God, for giving me one more chance to raise my voice and to sing your praise. God bless you. Happy New Year. Bye-bye.
Everything's not what it seems. There's a stronger force behind the scenes. He's in the labs every day. He's right.
Hey, my name is Sean Patrick Thomas, and I just wanted to let you know that the Pick TV Network is on Roku, and they're hosting a monthly TV virtual book fair with book authors and readers from all around the world. For dates and times, call 215-609-5255 or go to www.thepictvnetwork.com. My brother David Evans is the president. David, great job, man.
Hey, 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 hey. It's Kid from Kid and Play. Hey, everybody. This is your man, the KID. And this is big. I want everyone to download the Pick TV, P-I-C, Pick TV Network on your Roku search bar. Okay? My brother David Evans is growing Pick TV fans, and I want us to help my brother reach millions of followers. Millions. Click and play www.thepictvnetwork.com. That's www.thepictvnetwork.com. Come on now. Expand your mind. Expand your life. Huh? Pick TV Network. KID. Come on. Let your mind have a house party. Let go.
Hey, little man, what's your new TV network you're going to be watching?
Pick TV.
There you go. Hey everybody, this is Dr. David Evans. We're back here live on the broadcast once again, Pick TV Network. I know you enjoy those commercials, everybody. Thank you for chatting in. Thank you. I see people coming in all the way from California. We beamed it in from Washington, D.C., where it's snowing, it's cold here, all the way to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Well, we're going up to New York with Patty, and also we have the great and awesome Michelle Cox on, the computer lady from Atlanta, Georgia. Folks, our broadcast is sponsored by you, everybody watching right now. You can support us by continuing to be a part of our network, going to your Facebook or YouTube, Pick TV Network, or look at us on our television network on Roku, the Pick TV Network. Push that search bar and put in the Pick TV Network and tell somebody we're growing. And we're growing and want to grow with you. We're going to close this segment out, but before we close, I want to bring in Willie. He is going to join us on this segment and our next segment. I think we have about another 5 minutes before we close this segment out, and we're going to go into another segment. So don't leave us. All we're going to do is go into another segment after we finish with this studio. Willie, I know you was talking about your situation having diabetes, and I know that diabetes is been something big that all of us are facing. But just tell everybody what you did to overcome and have a second chance in life.
Yes, first I want to say thank you for having me on, and Happy New Year to everybody. I am happy to bring you greetings from my homeland, the Democratic Republic of Brooklyn. So I am someone who is representative of a huge portion of the U.S. population. 1 in 3 Americans is either diabetic or pre-diabetic. There are more than 120 million people who are walking around right now that are pre-diabetic or diabetic, and that does not even include the people who have not yet been diagnosed. For most of my adult life, for at least the past 25 years, I had been a type 2 diabetic, and I was somebody who was obese. At my biggest, I weighed more than 350 pounds. And I'm not as tall as Shaquille O'Neal, so being 350 pounds was way, way, way too big, too much of a load to carry. And I thank God that I have lost a lot of weight and there's a lot much less of me to love these days. Last year now, back in April, I suffered a stroke that left me bedridden for weeks. I was paralyzed on one half of my body and hospitalized for a couple of months. I left the hospital in a wheelchair.
We want to make sure that we still can get Willie's testimony. It's just amazing to
Leave my
have.
residence with the cane to get back and forth. But inside here where I live, I walk around without any assistive devices. So I thank God every day, first of all, for still being on this side of the grass, because 5 million people die from strokes every year. So it's only, I believe, the grace and mercy of God that allowed me to survive the stroke. And on top of that, he was merciful enough to allow me to keep all of my mental faculties, because a lot of people do lose their cognitive abilities when they have a stroke.
Wow.
It was enough that I was able to write an entire book after I left the hospital. In 2.5 months from idea.
Wow.
Third book that I've written and the second one that I've published, it's called Beating Diabetes, and it chronicles my road to sickness, diabetes, and obesity, as well as the path I've taken to wellness and weight loss. Since April, I have lost close to 70 pounds, and I'm on my way to my goal weight. I still got another 30 pounds or so to go to get there, but I believe that with the changes in my lifestyle, the eating regimen that I've adopted, that I will get to my goal weight and be able to live a long and healthy.
Wow. Just listening to the story of Brother Willie, amazing. Patty, when you hear his story, Michelle, diabetes, it affects all of us. And it's so sad that the system is designed to keep people medicated and to get rich off of that. We have to talk about that, Patty. I know we're going to get ready to go into another setting, but Michelle, this is a real topic today.
Yep. Well, let's think about diabetes, and let's think about, there's two types of diabetes. Diabetes one is that usually that comes up when you're a juvenile, you're born with it. And so that's in your family. Type 2 diabetes comes from, number one, poor eating habits, poor lifestyle, sedentary changes. So it's something that we can prevent. But part of preventing it is knowing what we need for our bodies and knowing how to, number one, go back to like when we were kids. You need to go out and exercise, walk, play, dance. The other thing is knowing that you don't need a lot to eat. You need to eat to live, not live to eat. What do you think, Patty?
Yep. Moderation is the key to success. And you know what? I did want to ask a question. How did you feel about the vaccine, Willie? Were you a candidate for the vaccine? Did you take it? Do you feel like it saved your life? Did you not take it and feel like you didn't need it? I am curious.
Well, I am fully vaccinated and I have had my booster. But I do honestly believe that were it not for the changes that I made to improve my overall health, COVID would have taken me out like it's taken out so many other people that I know and have been close to over the course of my life. There are people younger than me, and I will be 50 years old this Friday. There are people younger than me who have been taken out of here by COVID because they had comorbidities that made them very much susceptible to the things that COVID does to your body. And so I am thankful that I lowered my A1C, and I am what I like to say is a retired diabetic. I dealt with type 2 diabetes for more than 25 years, but I am off that job. I don't have to stick my fingers all day, every day. I don't have to go through all the other changes that diabetes was trying to put me through. And it allowed me to be a stronger person so that I could resist COVID and what it could have done to me, especially being in the hospital. I believe that people in the hospital who become exposed to it are likely to have to go through the extreme measures that people go through, like being intubated and all of that. So I'm thankful. I'm glad to be here.
It's amazing, you know, this subject is so broad and so big. Folks, you're watching a special segment on the PIC TV network broadcast, America Health Crisis. We're so happy for award-winning Patty from New York City. And thank you, Patty, for just doing your job in a great way in 2022. Thank you also, Michelle Cox, Atlanta, Georgia's in here. She is also award-winning anchor person for the PIC TV network, the brilliant genius minds, and our special guest today, Mr. Willie from New York. We're going to close this segment, folks. We're going to come back in 5 minutes. We're going to be right back on. Those who are watching us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, the PIC TV network, channel 1000. We're going to be right back in 5 minutes. We'll be back on in another setting. So get your cup of coffee or get some tea. Come on right back. We'll be right back after this broadcast in our next setting. And we have some more guests coming on too. Thank you for your time, you guys. And we'll see you in our next session. Hey, thank you, Hollywood, California. Thank you for popping in with us, Texas. Thank you for popping in, everybody. All right, David Lee, I see you. All right, we'll be back on our next segment, folks, on the PIC TV network. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back right after this.
Hey, 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 hey. It's Kid from Kid and Play. Hey, everybody. This is your man, the KID. And this is big. I want everyone to download the PIC TV, P-I-C, PIC TV network on your Roku search bar. Okay? My brother David Evans is growing PIC TV fans, and I want us to help my brother reach millions of followers. Millions. Click and play www.thepictvnetwork.com. That's www.thepictvnetwork.com. Come on now. Expand your mind. Expand your life. Huh? PIC TV Network. KID. Come on. Let your mind have a house party. Let go. Think about it. Think about it. You better think about it. Check the PicTVNetwork.com. Enjoy yourself. I'll see you at the top.
Hey everybody, Claudia Jordan here. Check out the PIC
TV Network, and now showing on Roku with 60 channels. David Evans is the president and is doing a great job showing quality TV programs to people all over the world. Let's support PIC TV. Go to the PicTVNetwork.com. That's the PicTVNetwork.com. Shout out to David Evans doing his thing. I love when people are out there making it really happen and doing beautiful, fantastic work. So shout out to you, and make sure you check him out on Roku with 60 channels. All right, David Evans, congratulations, and keep me abreast of all the hot, products and shows and things you got going on. I'm really interested. All right, best of luck.